Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from the Yahoo's Imperial name. The one, the only Master Propaganda, hero of sight, defender of the fatherland, of hit our 1v1 own Crossroads Winter North. It is Pax Ajax, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the military-industrial complex, taking on the role of the 3rd Armored Division with Heavy Cavalry, featuring rifle defensive structures, off-map smoke barrages, rangers, combined arms, and the M26 Pershing heavy tank. In the south, it is a Night Raven fighting for the Oberkommandist Germany, Deutschland. Here fighting for the 106th Panzer Brigade here with elite armoured featuring the 221 Scout Car, emergency repairs, Panzer Commander, heat shells, and the Sturmtiger. Also a big hearty thanks to Philip for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. Big thanks to you, Philip. And a big thanks to my Patreon supporters who also keep the Propaganda supported with their hard-earned money. So big thanks to everyone involved there. Other people can join their rogue ranks by either donating like Philip did via PayPal or pledging on Patreon like everyone else. Links are in the video description. You can also consider, if you're going to pre-order comes free, doing so by the link in the comments. Use the code STUK3G, in which case I get a cut at the sale. And I should comment, like, share, subscribe. So, off to the races here in the east. Pax Ajax advances, making use of his rifleman's sandbag ability there, courtesy of the commander. Tank traps further south there. In the west, Night Raven advances here for Deutschland with double Volksgrenadiers. Likely, I imagine, looking at here some trucks coming out fast, jump into a relatively fast 2-2-1. So we'll have to see how that one in particular develops. Third round's going over for Pax Ajax, truck almost done, so 2-2-1, and then could be mechanized, could be battle group headquarters here for Night Raven. Both are very viable options. We got the centre of the rifle squad here. West side there, Sturmtiger busy with the victory point there. In the southeast, we got the Volksgrenadiers advancing here for Night Raven. 2-1 there, as expected, on the way here for Night Raven. And the 106th Panzer Brigade, Feldherrnhalle. One of the few named Panzer Brigades, possibly not the only one. Rifle squad here, Oresons actually was the Volksgrenadiers, a bit of skirmishing there, car upon the hip of the riflemen. Moving eastward there to deal with the Germans there. Centre secured as well. Quick mines here from Pax Ajax, thumbs up. Also another benefit of rifleman defensive structures. Really big boon to the rifleman and directly helps with their abilities. But there goes Sturmtiger strength of the rifle squad here. We got Fultz following up here. And as always, 2-1s against the Americans is a fairly powerful thing there, because they can struggle with that in the early game due to lacking any ways of snaring us, like having any sort of light vehicle counters, in particular with Heavy Cavalry, which doesn't really have anything there. So 2-1 RT catch rifle squad here in a pretty awkward position. The machine gun ripping into the Yankees there, trying to fight at close range, where they can do some damage, but it's not exactly what called wildly cost efficient here. I imagine Mr. Pax Ajax is going for the lieutenant. Yes, indeed, rifle squad there taking heavy damage. But you may notice, of course, he is doing a fair amount of damage to the armored car in returns. It's obviously not a completely one-sided engagement, but the difference is he suffers losses, he has to reinforce. Night Raven suffers damage, he just needs to, like, repair, and that's it. So in terms of manpower, it's definitely not, like, you know, remotely cost efficient. Fortunately, about here, we got a bit moving up north here from Pax Ajax as well. Lieutenant out. May go for the bazooka to help deal with the 2-2-1. I would not be surprised. There we go. The M9 bazooka. 2-2-1 being fixed up. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper there at the ready. Send being seized by the Yankees. Again, after the German army seized it here for Deutschland. Fortunately, forwards here. Rifle squad moving as well here. Bit of skirmishing there around the centre. Bit of clashing there. And there we go. We do get the battle headquarters here for Night Raven. Some players like also then fall into Mechanized Regiment, but Night Raven here prefers the more conservative battle group headquarters. Going for the car upon here, following the corp of the Rifle Squad here, counter-attacking quite viciously here. Rifle Squad in the centre here being occupied with the armoured car. The Fulton there, Lieutenant though, is far west here. 100 on the Rifle Squad there, not looking great for Pax Ajax. Car upon there, falling into the hands of the German Reich here as Night Raven strikes for Deutschland. We do now have access to the anti-tank rifle grenades there with the Lieutenant and the mechanized platoon command post upgrade. There's some time from the south here, but they're being caught in a pretty vicious German gauntlet there. And there we go, quickly pushed back, going for the car on there. Pax Ajax, of course, needs to liberate the car on there to get the fuel flowing once more for freedom and democracy. It's practically like Dune, except instead of spice, it's fuel that must flow for America and freedom. M20 on the way there from Pax Ajax, the utility car there. Can obviously also put some pressure on the armoured car, but can also lay down mines, but could of course really catch Night Raven in a very, very uncomfortable position. If he actually ever uses it. Most players do not, but you know, in the right hands it can be quite spectacular. The tent here reinforcing, we got the M20 almost down there, bit of skirmishing in the southeast, Ralph's squelching up here, basically trying to stall for time for the M20 to arrive and start putting some pressure on Night Raven. Maybe also we can catch the armoured car there by using the terrain. Ralph's will need to retreat, and there go M20 out. Leeson's going for the communication or point right next to the base, they're looking to defend. There we go, in fact, almost getting a white pit in return on Night Raven. Going for the car pawn there. Pax Ajax is a ruthless taskmaster. 10 moving eastwards, M20 on the way as well there. Need to, of course, add the armoured skirts for a bit of extra protection, but there you go, he's going to go for the 2-1. There we go. Full tilting hits there from the 50 car mounted on the top. Almost got them there, but they do manage to get away. Almost got the car points. Sandbags up to make it more defensible. M20 rushing forwards here. Basically, the M20, for those wondering, was just a Greyhound with the top removed and a bit more space made. It was meant more to support tank destroyers alongside jeeps, to basically spot for targets and support them that way, rather than serve as a direct reconnaissance vehicle. That was more the Greyhound's task. So, little fun fact there. Ralph's got the point here. Sturm Pino retreating here. We'll have to see what Pax Ajax goes for next. Stuart Light Tank would be a pretty good bet here versus the Germans. He could also go for 50 cal just to try and skip ahead for medium armor. We'll have to see. We got the Rakettenwerfer ready for Night Raven. And obviously does need something a bit more punchy versus the M20, as the 2-1 certainly will not cut it. And there we go. We do get the Stuart Light Tank for Pax Ajax. The M5A1. Mines here from Pax Ajax. Again, playing to the strengths of the commander. Thumbs up. 20 here, slowly moving towards Veterancy 1, very slowly, and also much quicker though, moving towards death as an 88mm rocket punches straight through the armor, giving the crew quite the scare. Destroying all of their candies. My candies! Why would you keep your candies in the car? Well, you know, in case they get hungry. Idiot. Continue pulling back, there's still a light tank almost done. Ralph's squad here was the 2-1 and the Volkskommandiers, quick pushing them back here. Obviously not able to withstand the power of Deutschland. Without heavier firepower. Still lighting out there for Pax Ajax. M5A1 out there. Ambulance almost getting ready. I'm trying to be lightly repaired. And we got the flak half track on there for Night Raven. We'll have to actually cancel that in face of the steward. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Mysteries. Mine solves are not finished there or cancelled. We'll have to see what Pax Ajax ends up doing. Routed, he does cancel the mine. And as you might notice, Night Raven then in response to the steward cancels his flak half track, realizing that's going to work out, and there we go. Mine knocks out the 2-1. Considering the size of that explosion, that might have been an M20 mine. I don't think a regular mine can actually knock out a 2-1 like that, but the anti-tank mine from the M20 can do that. I don't know. Hard to say there. Hard to say. Maybe this has a hint there. Just as rifleman, so probably was a regular mine then. Just figured they didn't do that much damage. Clearly I was wrong. And again, the 2-1 does have less health, so it was a bit damage. But anyways, Trent was the fault in the center here. Blast away, that's 50 cal. And again, the stop concerning ourselves about that. Cut upon the exposed again, though. Pax Ajax now with the steward, and the M20, of course, is now setting the pace much better here versus Night Raven, in particular. The loss of the 2-1 gives Pax Ajax a lot more freedom of movement, and conversely, completely shuts down Night Raven to a good degree here. So, looking much tough here for the Germans. Got machines all the way there. The Rakettenwerfer is trying to keep up with the Stuart Light Tank. This is where mechanized regular Puma would have been quite handy here for Night Raven versus Pax Ajax. Instead, we're probably going to seem like trying to hold up for medium armor now versus Pax Ajax. And of course, Pax Ajax will probably just look to gain the resource advantage and then pull ahead for some armor himself. Got the infiltrating the right squad here with the Western fuel, but they do manage to enter neutral. Definitely a problem there for Night Raven. Great hit there from the Rakettenwerfers. Several hits in the steward here. Could take it out, possibly. Hop goes the Weasel. There's the third 88mm rocket there. Punches cleanly through the armor. Setting off the entire thing there. Like a gasoline-doused fire. So that's a good killer for Night Raven. Definitely allows some Oyster now to take up here without being pressured too hard. Of course, there's still the M20 utility car. Which he didn't get Panzerfaust there, which is pretty lucky there for Pax Ajax. But it is a little less of an issue here to Night Raven than Stuart. We do get some Rangers out here. Thumbs up to Pax Ajax. We're looking at some Thompsons here for some extra firepower and some stronger offensive momentum versus Night Raven and his Volkskunde. So definitely fall a bit on the shorter end of the spectrum versus that level of firepower. Go, Thompson's on the way, Truck on the way for Night Raven. That'll probably be the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier and some Obersoldaten here to put the fight back against the Americans. Skirmishing here. Not too far away from being able to take up himself. Mr. Pax Ajax. Victory points wise, though, Night Raven has a fairly good lead for now, Pax Ajax, but that could very slowly change for now, at least, as 2 of the points on the hands of Pax Ajax versus Night Raven's 1. Achems are repositioning a bit here. Schwerer Panzerquarters up there. In the center round here by the Rangers, and their guns, soon to be shootier guns. Schwerer Panzerquarters could be disrupted. In theory, he's right next to it, but there you go. Just retreats here. M20 rushing forwards, round to the cannon for great hit there from the 18-inch rocket. Almost got it. Certainly hasn't helped. He hasn't upgraded it, so it's even more vulnerable. And we got Pax Ajax here with the mortar. Thumbs up. Always a good idea with a bit of light artillery here. Particularly on a 1v1 map, so mortar can do a lot of good. Fixing up the M20 up there. Schwerer Panzerquarters there. Authorized. But that's it. Night Raven has got a bit of while to go before calling any tanks. Vanguard and the Brav squad flank around here, but he caught by the Sturmpioneer and their negative cover. Not the place you want to be against assault weapons. Any weapons, really, but in particular assault weapons. Schwerer Panzerquarters there is now fully authorized, going for the northern munitions. Night Raven there definitely strong with the full income versus Pax Ajax and the 3rd Armoured. More rockets there punching away at the wreckage of the Sherman. There you go. Crumbles away and nothing. Going to take the machine gun up north. And the mortars run here for Pax Ajax, Freedom and Democracy. M20 going straight for the MD-34, which auto sets up. Sturmpioneer there. Quick repositioning. No upgrades for them, by the way. No Panzerschreck, no Minesweepers. Which is a bit surprising, considering like Pax Ajax has clearly shown himself as a man of mines. So you'd figure that Night Raven would prioritize at least having some Minesweepers. Plus, there's the M20 as well, and you do... Your opponent's always showing he's like mining. He may be like able to lay down M6 anti-tank mines, and imagine seeing Night Raven push out some big tank and it gets immobilized. That's going to be a real feels bad moment. So I'm definitely surprised he's not playing with Minesweepers as well. I do feel like that is a bit of a pretty risky statement. Orbs on the way here for Night Raven. Carp on their head again. Nice use of smoke here, by the way, by Pax Ajax, smoking out the Schwerer Panzerquarters. They can't fire. Thumbs up there to Pax Ajax. As always, good use of smoke here and mortars in general, I think, is a very handy skill to have. Slow probing here on the east side there, heading into more mines, which further just raises one's eyebrows here at the lack of minesweepers from Pax Ajax. Meanwhile, Pax Ajax has minesweepers. I don't think he's encountered a single mine from Night Raven, but he sure as hell not taking any chances. Go, weapon racks open, BARs aplenty, and of course in a pinch more bazookas if we need them versus Night Raven. In a pinch you can like go for the Ranger Bazooka team, which packs some serious firepower. But there you go. Non-bazooka wielding Rangers going straight for the flip of the Carphon. Again, they're just ripping them apart. For all intents and purposes in game, Rangers with the Thompson upgrade are just better Panzer Grenadiers because they got 5-man. And even though they got 4 Thompsons, the thing is, in-game, the Thompson performs like a better assault rifle. In the actual war, in reality, they were not better assault rifles. They're great submachine guns, potent, but they were not somehow able to outperform assault rifles. Little fun side note there. Obviously, they're being ripped apart by the M20. Still no armoured sights could upgrade. There's definitely a bold statement here at Pax Ajax. And there you go, Rangers going straight for the Fault Grenades next. Veterans 1 gained, bring it off. There's a cook grenade, and there you go. That should be wiped here in Night Raven. Great kill there for Pax Ajax Rangers. Ralph's got the BR suppressed, but the MD-34 quickly push back, and there you go. Schwerer Panzerquarters opening up in the M20. Almost got it. Close call there for Pax Ajax and his M20, but the car somehow survives, and has at this point survived an impressive amount of damage when you think about it. think they shouldn't be able to drive around with that kind of like catastrophic damage inflicted. Last what they pinned down, the schwer-panzert Coh2 with its 30mm flak, they're doing its job. Smoke again then from Pax Ajax. This time the timing was a bit off. You know. That happens. Crucial part is actually getting his smoke and then of course working on his timings. So if you use stunning up using smoke yourself and you're not, you know, quite hitting those timings, don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. You know, just try your best and eventually get there. Trying to bring about here. Got the major on the way there for Pax Ajax. For tanks. As for Night Raven, continuing over the Panzer IV, of course the question is, will Pax Ajax try and stall here for a Pershing already? Definitely a bit on the ambitious side there, and I don't think I would immediately advise it. But he may try it, of course, because he is Pax Ajax. So let me see the Ricardo from the east side. We got a point there being forward. We got the Rangers was the opposite, and that's it this time around. Not so great for the Rangers. The opposite, of course, pack a lot of firepower range. The Rangers at this point also significantly unhealthy. So not so great for the Rangers. That's it. Tactically, Night Raven makes the alt move. They're actually giving the Rangers more free shots. So of course, there's pulls into heavy cover. That's obviously very sensible actually when you think about it. And the M20 goes down here. Double whammy there to Pax Ajax. Almost got a Ranger squad white M20 down, and the carve onto the fuel point has been severed as well. And now Night Raven is bringing in the Panzer IV Model J, the Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausführung J, delivering the might of the Panzerwaffe towards the Americans. We'll have to see how Pax Ajax performs against that. But starting to get the impression he might in fact be planning a Pershing stall here versus Night Raven. Okay, we caught here the major reactions. We got 369 versus 328. There we go. Minesweepers for Night Raven finally. Thumbs up, even a bit delayed. Panzer IV almost done there for Night Raven. Guessing a Panzer Commander there being added. More mines from Pax Ajax. Very sensible. And consistent. There you go. Panzer Campaign Fioni actually is adding the Pillmark machine gun. That's honestly not a bad upgrade either. I mean, obviously the Panzer Commander upgrade is good, but the Pillmark machine does offer a bit more, shall we say, direct DPS versus infantry and support weapons, so that also has its value. Ooh, didn't check for mines. At least pack the mines for in there. Great there for Pax Ajax. Less great for Night Raven Sturmpioniere. I told you we should have kept some minesweep up, but now you said it's the Americans. They don't mind a lot. They can't afford it. The Americans can't afford it. Fairly sensitive. Perhaps it ours is a currency. They can more than afford the mines. Grab the southern victory point there. 50 cal there. On the way for Pax Ajax. Lieutenant takes a hell of a hit from the Panda 4. Bazooka fires off. North we've got the Rangers of the Fulton Grenadiers. Closing Metro 2 there. Another grenade off. Gives them a further DPS boost there. Also makes them tougher to kill. And again, just makes them overall better. And there you go, the Fulton just being forced back. Once they hit the ace level, they really become absolute monsters. 50 cal, they're almost done for Pax Ajax. But yeah, at this point, Pax Ajax is absolutely going for the Pershing heavy tank here, the M26. Fast will flank around here. Panzerkampfwagen on the move there. Shoots, misses the rifle squad there. Roughly a bit over a minute here in Pax Ajax and calling the Pershing, assuming he doesn't reinforce anything, but obviously he's going to do that. So probably close like a minute and a half in a minute, 2 minutes. When calling the Pershing, assuming he doesn't suffer too heavy losses here from Night Raven. So we'll have to see, of course, exactly what he does there to get in his heavy tank. Leichtes Infanteriegeschützaktion away for Night Raven and Deutschland. The 1 and 6th Panzer Brigade here getting some support from nearby Volksgrenadier Division. As Panzer Brigades, but not exactly heavy on artillery. Primarily what they typically would have was mortar half-tracks and, well, Stukas of Rizzers. So little fun fact, the rations in the centre here being absolutely wiped up with the Sturmpioniere as they suddenly found themselves far away from the rear echelons. There we go, wipe them, removing here Pax Ajax's ability to spot mines and help with repairs, which actually is important if he's going to go for the Pershing. He will need re-echelons eventually. But that's it, Night Raven's not exactly mining, so he's probably not going to feel the lack of a minesweeper. Closing in on that Pershing. It's taking a bit of while there, taking a bit of while here against the Krauts. As for what Night Raven follow up with, who knows? Maybe another Panzer IV, Yak, Panzer Panther. Maybe we'll try and solve for something really, really big. Advancing on the center here, staying clear of the German left's flank. Right side could be open up. There we go, also retreating, so right side is pretty open. Ooh, line of guns, so pretty close to the front and only to be attacked here by the rifle squad. Bit unlucky there for Night Raven. Bit odd. He's actually sent it over there and rather keep it close to his core here in the west. And there you go, Pershing heavy tank out there for Pax Ajax. But later after they will be downgraded to a medium tank, and eventually they start converting them to the M48 pattern. But they actually kind of gave up, I think, not even halfway through that program. Just scrapped the rest, I believe. So, little fun fact about the Pershing. Time was the Pershing, the 7-1 by the Pershing. Good shot there, right from the frontal armour. Countering wraps over the Rangers, they're just doing excellent damage against anything squishy. Panther 4, ooh, not great, they're turning around too much, we're not moving. Heat shells there, punching through the Pershing's frontal armour there, we kept sending off the... But I think there's a good chance to lose the Panther 4 unless it gets very lucky. And there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 4 kaput, an excellent kill here for Pax Ajax Pershing. That was a bit of a blow there to Night Raven and the 160th Panzer Brigade. Last one westwards, machine also pushed further westwards there as well. Pershing will of course need repairs. And this is then where Pax Ajax hits a bit of a roadblock, because the Pershing is one of the few tanks where you can't pop out the Quran. So he's going to need re-echelons specifically to fix that one up. And he lost his, so he needs to, like, build them up again. So that does delay there Pax Ajax and his ability to get the Pershing into like heavier fun. He can still use it to like hit targets on the flanks as long as he's not hitting any mines. But otherwise, he can't really commit to like heavier fighting there. And Mortar got wiped out. That's a great kill there for Night Raven. Going for the Schwere Panzer quarters here. Yeah, looks like there's a smoke there we couldn't see. And we got a Panther for Night Raven. Take on the Pershing. Shot fired, whiffed. The rifle squad here. Panther slowly arriving. Quick hand grenade there. Rifle squad pushed out. Pershing close to Veterans 1, but still in dire need of repairs, and he should probably consider another liaison squad to further assist with the repairs. Raketno shoots, misses. Panther halfway down there for Night Raven. North here we got the rifle squad here with the Sturmpioniere, Veteran 3, halfway to Veteran 4. Rangers going for it again here, slowly approaching the ace level on these gentlemen. Of supreme firepower. And the Pershing there is almost fixed up here. Should of course add the minesweeper, as it does, I believe, increase the repair speed in the unit. At least it does in most other units. Try on the for Night Raven. So after the Panther, might be just going for the repair punies, but it's also not impossible that Night Raven is now thinking he wants the King Tiger to try and outstage the Pershing heavy tank. Ooh, going for the light infantry gun there. Mortar not recruited. Bazooka teams there could hit the Panther's flank keep. Nope. Quickly turns around with the front here towards the infantry. 200 points left for Pax Ajax is definitely a potentially pressing problem here against Night Raven. Bazooka rockets there punch through the Panther's frontal armor, at least lightly. Do some repairs there to quickly buff out some of that damage. Pinlock machine almost ready for the Panther. Interesting enough, he's not going for Panther commanders on any of his tanks. That's actually a bit rare. Like, most players will typically just always go for Panther commanders, never bother with the pinlock machine guns. It's a bit interesting to see one who actually has access to the Panther commander and not bother with them at all. Again, not saying it's a bad choice either way, but it's an interesting choice to see here from Night Raven definitely goes a bit against the usual trend they find in elite armored commander players. North here pushing forward to Bungrid off. Almost got the Rangers scored here. This could be a huge blow here to Pax Ajax, but no, the opposite on themselves have pushed back. Close call there though for the Rangers. Panther moving forwards, pushing back the 5th Cavalry with its machine gun. Closing the Yankees. There's some righteous firepower. Pershing shoots, misses the Panther there. Panther shoots back, misses the... Did it miss the Pershing? Actually, not entirely sure. Rascal pushing the Panther here, quickly moving about here to get some guns facing in the Rifle Squad's advances. Panthers do have a decent amount of anti-infantry at closer ranges with machine guns. Looking for the northern point. Quiet here, going to make mine sunny for Pax Ajax. Thumbs up. He may, of course, for the Jackson to help deal with the Panther. He could also go for Sherman to help deal with both infantry armor. Go for Scots. Plenty of options there for Pax Ajax. He's also managed to recruit the mortar. And this Pershing courses once more back to awaiting repairs. Mechanized regiment there, Panther parked right next to it. Definitely has me suspecting he's at least in part planning on relying on repair pioneers for that purpose. And of course it's a good thing to have. It's a really good thing. Now the 5th Cavalry for Pax Ajax is an interesting choice under the current circumstance. Would have figured more armor, honestly, rather than another 5th Cavalry here versus Night Raven. I think it's a bad choice, but I'm not entirely sure I would call it the optimal choice either. North here we got the option of catching the Rifle Squad there, getting a few kills on the Yankees. In the center got Lieutenant Major pushing forward, see, Panther there, bit of hot spot there, and we do have the repair pioneers ready. And they will quickly find themselves needed here due to the Panther already suffering damage. Again, the bazookas that right because they just slamming away at the Panther's arm. The Sturmpionier trying to halt the American bazooka vanguard. He's out there, Academy for watches in horror as the machine crew gets completely slaughtered here by the Pershing. Barber's vengeance and fires his rocket at the Pershing there. Sturmpionier caught hit here by the Ace Rangers now. 17, almost 18 kills, 19 kills. The kill tally just keeps going up. Panther pursue here's the Rangers looking to clip those Americans down to size. Pershing is moving forward again, looking to destroy the MG-34 there. Rangers pursuing the Academy there with extreme prejudice and violent intent. Possibly even malicious intent. There you go, Academy for trouble. There we go, gonna wipe the crew. Now we got the Pershing from the other side. Shoots and misses the Panther at fairly close range here. And there you go, heat shells in the Panther. There you go, light into tank mine select's been laid down, causing the Panther quite a bit of damage and slowing it down there. Wow, you do rarely see those, and you rarely see them have that kind of impact there. As it pretty much just means he can't pursue the Pershing with the heat shells, meaning this might actually save the Pershing. So good golly. Thumbs up there to Pax Ajax for some solid mining against Night Raven. And the Panther, of course, is quickly pushed back to repairs. Technically very historically correct, as Panthers were heavily unreliable and very much spending a lot of their time in maintenance. So, little fun fact there. More ops on here for Night Raven to put pressure on the American infantry. I think that is a very good idea. Pax Ajax, though, still only operating with the Pershing, which I feel is a bit risky here. We'll have to see what Night Raven does. I mean, he could try and go for the King Tiger, obviously, but the question is if that's going to be, like, make sense here. Or Panther Forces I think make more sense here, or just Yak Panzer. Then again, if he's only going for the Pershing, Yak Panzer could end up putting him a bit of an awkward spot afterwards, so I don't know. We'll have to see, but I think the King Tiger could be a mass investment that might be simply too slow here for Night Raven. There you go, Pershing taking heavy damage again. Another thing, for Pax Ajax, of course, another reason to get out of tank would at least be allowed to use the vehicle to help repair his Pershing. Which I think also has its benefits here for Pax Ajax. Either way, he definitely wants that Pershing fixed up fast. Panther once we're getting hammered bazooka fire here from Pax Ajax. Veterans, he won 5 kills in this west. He's schwerer Panzer quarter in the American advance. The Rangers and Rifle Squad, they're going to town on the German army here. There you go, schwerer Panzer quarters unleashing a flak torrent there at the Americans. Panther being pulled back. Pershing move again for freedom and democracy. We got 7 kills, half 8. Oh, actually more than half 8 of FT2. Quite close to FT2, if anything. North here, the Rangers are just pinned down and they're being ripped apart here. Panther gets good hit in the Pershing, but the main gun is out. The health total is supremely low. The bazookas just keep firing and rockets at the Panther, but it somehow survives. Almost got the Pershing there with a cannon of both players there in some incredibly close calls. And up north, though, he forgot about the Rangers entirely, and the Schwerpanzer called has wiped them. There was a bit of smoke there, but it's just too little too late to save the Rangers. I'm surprised he didn't just retreat them there. That was a bit of waste of manpower for Pax Ajax. And also just waste of experience because, again, like, Ace Rangers, like, really good against infantry, so that really hurt Pax Ajax there. Good kill there for Night Raven. Could allow him to swing the game a bit more back into control here now versus Pax Ajax. Really, of course, need to fix up his Pershing fast and also needs to, like, consider more armor. More Rangers, though, would also be a good idea, but he definitely, I think, needs to, like, look into solutions that ensures his Pershing gets fixed faster here. Meanwhile, we got the Panther thing fixed up here for Night Raven. Almost good to go there for Deutschland. Got the Raub squad pushing forward against the Volksbündnis in the Obersoldaten. Very close to VT3, and there we go. Quick plan Handgranate flashing the Yankees out into the open. Panthers good to go for Night Raven and for Deutschland. Raub squad's being bled out here by the Obersoldaten. 22. 23. The Obersoldaten just keeps killing those Yankees, and there you go, Geballte Laden. Honestly, I think a blend cover might have been a better choice here, honestly. Faster acting. Panther pushing forward, but also straight into, like, all of the bazookas. There you go. Pershing that was sent in heavily damaged. That feels like a really critically awkward call there, but Pax Ajax almost costing the Pershing. Like, had Night Raven gone in with the Panther with heat shells, he could have probably taken out there. That said, lack of support here for the Panther against bazooka teams. Almost cost him the Panther again. Yeah. Both players definitely need to, like, mine their arm a bit better, to be honest. They both need to mine their arm a bit better. And Pax Ajax really needs to, like, start calling in more armor or some echelons. There we go. Jackson Tank Destroyer. As for Night Raven, he could soon go for another Panther, which I suppose could work. Stay with heat shells. It can actually delivers a fair amount of damage here to Pax Ajax, who cancels the Jackson for Scott. I mean, that's fine too. Just, you know, as long as you pick something, and then it maybe helps repair the Pershing with it. Drive the western point here, more mines exploding. And the retreating Sturmpionier, as it turns out. Panther, of course, they need a repair still. Heavy intense damage inflicted. He could, of course, use emergency repairs to speed up the process. I mean, it's not like Night Raven is short on munitions. He's not exactly been mining a lot or producing booby traps, which is, I think, is a definite oversight here by Night Raven, so definitely he should do that. But, you know, wouldn't hurt him, I think, just to expedite the repairs on the Panther. Scott almost done there for Pax Ajax. Go, M8A1's howitzer motor carriage out, also known as the Scott. Hard to say that they got the name from, but coming forward here. Mortify keeps flying away, they're just blasting the Germans. Line for down there with 5 kills, 22. There we go, Scott Johnson and wipes here one of Night Raven's weekend of Cruise. The Obersoldaten also taking heavy losses here from American artillery. Now we got the Pershing on the move here again. Joining in on the assault here, the Obersoldaten squad's about to get wiped out. That's going to be a huge blow. There you go. Not only did it get wiped, and that was a Veteran 4 Obersoldaten squad, the light machine gun got dropped. Extra painful blow here to Night Raven. And the 1 and 6th Panzer Brigade in the Western Raub squad being caught with the Obersoldaten being ripped apart. Down to just 2 men. Panther dying forward here, close to ready on the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Also with the Incinerator against the Yankees. And there you go, got the reactions there with the German light machine gun. Killing over destroyed here, mortar getting vetted 2 here. East side they're fighting for the Eastern victory point here between Night Raven and Pax Ajax. Losses being affected on Pax Ajax and the 3rd Armored Division. Pershing gets great in the Panther, and bazooka rockets again joining in on the harm inflicted the Panzerkampfwagen 5, very close to 82 and some Schützen. Another great hit on the Panther, almost got knocked out. Obviously should reverse move, of course. Historically, the Panther actually had incredibly terrible reverse speeds. practically just moved at a snail's pace from the head reverse. That's a fun side note. Down to 100 points here for Pax Ajax, though Night Raven's down 182. Yeah, it does look like Night Raven here is very focused on the Königstiger now here versus Pax Ajax. Tiger 2 or Tiger B. I mean, there's also arguments just gone for like more medium armor when he could have, like Panther 4s, even Panthers, rather than trying to hold for the King Tiger here, but we'll see. Other than it's up for Night Raven. Pershing, of course, once more in heavy need of repairs. Alongside the Panther. Could pop up the Scott crew here to help assist in repairing the Pershing. And Pax Ajax quick to seize the victory points here. Thumbs up. Bit of air recons, I think, there from him. Yep, the Major there calling it in. Panther very, very close to SC2. Basically just needs to like sneeze in the general direction of American, will be rewarded with that. There we go. Quickly kills Carl there. And we got the bazookas again going at the Panther. Turning around towards the... There we go. Bouncing a few bazooka rockets. Got the King Tiger over here, the Königstiger. Adding the Pale Mount machine gun to that one as well. Major routed here. Sturm Pioneer doing some great damage. Got ace level on them. 16 kills. Panther now going for the 50 cal there. Pushing it back. King Tiger up with all the shoots. Blast some wood. But crucially, no Americans. Almost got the Lieutenant here. Wipe. Bit of a blow there. 2 Pax Ajax. Suddenly harsh losses inflicted here. As Night Raven and the 1 and 16th Panzer Brigade, now supported by a Schwerer Panzerabteilung, goes in the offense. There go heat shells on the Panther. The Pershing is almost in the flames here. Almost got it. There we go. The Pershing goes down inside Pax Ajax base. A huge blow here to freedom and democracy. And now he's up against a Panther and a King Tiger. That said, Night Raven suffered pretty heavy infantry losses. This is going on here. And we got a Ranger squad out here for Pax Ajax. What is he planning here, dear viewers? Could it be? Yes, it's the Bazooka Rangers forming up an elite anti-tank team. Because they get a bonus damage and penetration of the bazookas, which then combined with the heart rate of fire can definitely make them quite a threat to most tanks. Major there getting absolutely kaboomed there by the Königstiger. Almost wiping out the entire unit. 250 caps versus the King Tiger, which is obviously quite lopsided in favour of the King Tiger. Panther there being fixed up again. Pershing just sort of burning himself at the base right next to the ambulance, probably making the crew a bit uncomfortable. Also, there's the Ralph on the west here. Bit on their own with limited support. We got the King Tiger just barging through the terrain here. Panther is good to go once more for Deutschland in a few seconds. King Tiger keeps advancing. Needs to be careful, of course. Like, in theory, if Pax Ajax has been laying down any anti-vehicle mines, I mean, he could immobilize the King Tiger, in which case, Night Raven's going to have a really bad time. Fortunately for him, though, Pax Ajax didn't do that. He laid up plenty of other mines down, but interesting enough, none of the M20 mines. And there you go, the Rangers have been equipped with the third bazooka as well, forming up a pretty potent anti-tank team. Still, it's going to be a challenge for Pax Ajax to try and engage King Tiger with the just bazookas, though, of course. Grabbing the Raketenwerfer helps a good part, though. King Tiger being pushed back. Panther moving forward, it's going to go for the Scott. Heat shells loaded up. Shoots, misses. And there you go, bazookas firing from the Rangers. Panther also suffers a damaged engine. I think that was a mine there going off. There you go, Panther's almost knocked out already. Rangers looking how many with the Königstiger. Almost got the Panther there. Its main gun is out. A few shots bouncing off the Panther's armor. And there you go. Panther is kaput. Good kill here for Pax Ajax. Night Raven there definitely pushes luck a bit too far. It's crucial he's really short on infantry now here versus Pax Ajax, who has plenty of infantry and support weapons. So Night Raven, despite having the advantage with the King Tiger in some regards, is actually disadvantaged in a lot of other regards. This could actually end up costing him the match if he's not careful. Like, he needs more infantry very badly here versus Pax Ajax. I would certainly just recommend more Orbital Dardan for now, as I think they're going to be by far the most cost-efficient infantry for him to call in here versus Pax Ajax at this point with the light machine guns. They could inflict heavy losses here to Pax Ajax maybe turn the game around. King Tiger caused heavy damage, need to fix up the Sturmpionier. Gotta wipe it with a grenade. Pax Ajax there, of course, needs to be careful not to, well, slip up there against the Orbital Dardan, as that is clearly quite painful. Königsseeker stopping up for repairs. Nope, can't apparently make up its mind. We got another Panther for Night Raven. Scott at it, 7 kills, veteran 2-1. Additional army here for Pax Ajax. Might be just hoping to stall up for another Pershing, which is kind of ambitious considering how few victory points got left here versus Night Raven. 87 versus 113. I get what he's trying to do, but honestly at this point he'd probably just be over it the sooner he just not move the King Tiger rather than trying to get it over there to get repaired as well here, honestly. Or just, you know, using the emergency repairs, which is like, you know, again, he's got plenty of munitions for. I feel like this was a really questionable decision there by Night Raven. Like something straight out of a cartoon. Anyway, so to the 50 cal here, straight on assault into 50 cal machine gun. It's typically not the best thing for infantry to do. Front gun it off, but they're still suppressed. The 50 cal just reposition. Air recons again here from Pax Ajax. Thumbs up, got the Panther already. Rangers there taking apart here with the Königsseeker. 15 kills. North here, ultimately right about the 50 cal there. Scott bombarding, 8 kills. Veteran 2-1, slowly approaching Veteran 2. King Tiger there being handled by a few bazookas here from Pax Ajax. East side there we got the Panther 4 supporting a full assault here. Almost got the reactions. Almost. Major round the center. There we go. Wiped. Another blow there to Pax Ajax. He's hanging on here by a thread, but he is hanging on for freedom. Democracy. Corporate kickbacks. And there you go. Pershing on the way there for Pax Ajax. Pulling back now the King Tigers. He's in the center for the Orbital Dardan. Can Pax Ajax seize victory here from the Germans, or will Night Raven plunge his way forwards towards victory? Panther 4 the down health already. Heat shields being popped on both King Tiger and Panther 4. None of them are hitting though, which is quite impressively lucky there for Pax Ajax when you think about it. There you go, Panther 4 knocked out, and we got a touch here in the Königsseeker. Still finding heat shells, but again, none of them are particularly hitting the Pershing. There you go, got it. Bazooka fire in the Königsseeker now. A lot of bazooka fire and tank rifle grenades, plus the cannon fire here. Almost down to half health here. Bouncing a lot of rockets here, but there goes some from the Ranger team are going through here, causing the King Tiger quite a bit of damage there. A lot of bouncers though, a lot of bouncers. Shot fire, whiff. There we go. King Tiger's almost down. With that, that's going to be the end of Night Raven then, versus Pax Ajax. There we go, with that, Night Raven surrenders. A loss here for Deutschland, a victory for freedom. A brutal battle here in the cold snows of the Ardennes, with a lot of back and forth in the end there. Pax Ajax persevered. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. Hope it gives you some matches on how to better make use of abilities and units like that. If it did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell enemies. And if you like what we do, consider donating or pledging on Patreon. This is Imperial Ancient Cheers. Thank you for watching. We'll talk more again for another exciting episode. Bye.